When Plato first wrote about the island nation of Atlantis, he framed it as a philosophical allegory, a cautionary tale designed to warn his ancient Greek audience against the dangers of military pride. For thousands of years, historians and academics comfortably dismissed the entire story. To them, Atlantis was pure literary fiction, an empire built entirely in Plato's imagination. Then came 1868. A German archaeologist named Heinrich Schliemann decided to test another ancient myth by using Homer's epic poetry as a literal geographic guide. He followed the specific geographic markers in the Iliad and actually found the physical, historical ruins of Troy. Schliemann proved that ancient poetry could hold literal coordinates. If Troy was buried in the dirt, there was suddenly a real possibility that Plato's island could be mapped and excavated. That single realization fractured the modern search for Atlantis. From that moment on, human curiosity split into two totally opposing paths: hard empirical geology and wild esoteric mysticism. The geologists started with Plato's exact text. He described a highly specific architectural layout featuring a central landmass surrounded by concentric circles of land and seawater canals. Scanning the globe, one primary candidate stands out: the Richat structure in the Mauritanian desert. Measuring this satellite imagery, the outer ring is 23.5 kilometers across, aligning tightly with the exact mathematical measurements Plato recorded for the Atlantean capital. But this creates a massive geographic problem. The Richat structure is sitting in the dry Sahara. You do not build a vast maritime naval empire hundreds of miles away from the ocean. To explain how a seaport could end up stranded in the sand, geologists point to a violent scientific model known as the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis. Around 12,800 years ago, exploding fragments of a massive comet struck the Earth. This triggered a sudden, severe ice age and unleashed global tsunamis that washed the oceans far into the interior of the continents. Through this scientific lens, Atlantis represents a lost chapter of human maritime history, an advanced ancient culture wiped off the map by an apocalyptic planetary reset. While geologists were digging through desert silt, another group of researchers rejected the limits of physical archaeology entirely. They decided to look to the stars and the mind for their answers. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, occultists, theosophists, and psychics like Edgar Cayce redefined Atlantis as the spiritual origin point of advanced consciousness, a civilization that transcended the limits of conventional human history. These esoteric thinkers claimed Atlanteans were a distinct evolutionary branch of humanity, carefully guided and genetically engineered by extraterrestrial beings from the Pleiades star cluster. According to this theory, they didn't rely on fossil fuels or industrial mechanics. Their society ran on vril, an ambient, harnessable life force energy that permeates the universe. They captured this vril energy using massive, precision-cut quartz crystals. By focusing light and sound through these stones, Atlantean scientists supposedly powered anti-gravity vehicles and manipulated physical matter. But society splintered into competing factions. They weaponized their crystal technology, lost control of the energy, and triggered a self-inflicted cataclysm. In the esoteric view, Atlantis wasn't the victim of random space debris. It stands as a tragic, metaphysical cautionary tale of a highly advanced society destroying itself from the inside. So we are left with two different theories: a comet buried in the Saharan mudflats, or a corrupted energy crystal sunken at the bottom of the ocean. Despite over 150 years of relentless searching since the unearthing of Troy, we have yet to recover a single, universally accepted artifact that proves Plato's empire existed. Perhaps the ultimate truth of Atlantis is found in the psychological grip it has on us, far outweighing the importance of any physical ruins. Today, we face our own threats of sudden environmental collapse and the rapid, unchecked growth of artificial intelligence. Our fixation on ancient geological apocalypses and out-of-control technologies suggests we are looking for our own future in these ancient stories. The legend functions as a vital warning mechanism. It forces us to confront the extreme fragility of our highly advanced, hyper-connected civilization. The search for Atlantis will likely never end. It acts as the ultimate mirror, reflecting our endless curiosity and our desperate need to fill the terrifying empty gaps in our own origin story.